presentation grade 4 of chapter number 10, water resources. So first of all, the importance of water. As you know, water is essential for a life on earth. All living beings need water to survive. Without water, we can't live. It's a basic need, and we use water in our day-to-day life for various reasons, like for example, drinking, cooking food, cleaning, washing, and other reasons also. And you know, water is also used to irrigate the fields and grow crops. We also require water to grow the crops. Next, you know, water is the most natural source on the earth. Water is the most important natural source on the earth, and about 70%, look at here, about 70% of the earth's surface is covered with water. How much? About 70%, beta. There around about 70%, look, you can see here, it's covered with the water. It's covered with water. This is why the earth is also called a blue planet or a watery planet. That is the reason we call the earth a blue planet or a watery planet, because the 70% of the earth is covered with water. Now let's talk about the sources of water, the different sources of water. Water present in the seas and ocean is a salty and unfit for drinking and irrigation. The water which is present in the seas and oceans, जो सी और ओशन का वाटर होता है बच्चे, वो क्या होता है? सॉल्टी वाटर, एंड दैट इज द रीजन वो ड्रिंकिंग एंड इरिगेशन पर्पस के लिए अनफिट है. वो इसके लिए क्या है? अनफिट मीन्स अनफिट है मतलब कि वो आप नहीं यूज कर सकते और नहीं ना ही उसे पी सकते हैं. नाउ द रिवर, पॉन्ड, रेन एंड अंडरग्राउंड वाटर आर द सोर्सेज ऑफ फ्रेश वाटर ऑन द अर्थ. सो हियर व्हाट आर द fresh sources of water on the earth? For example, it's given here the river, ponds, rain, then underground water. So these are the fresh resources of water on the earth. Now here comes a term, what is irrigation? Irrigation का meaning क्या है? The supply of water to agricultural land to grow the crops typically by the means of channel is called irrigation. So the supply of water, जो हम पानी की supply करते हैं किसको? To the agriculture land, to the agriculture land to grow crops, and typically by the means of the channels is called irrigation. That is called irrigation. Now what are the different means of irrigation? अब irrigation के channels यहाँ पे हमने अभी read किया ना, by the means of channels. So what are the channels of irrigation? There are 3 common means of irrigation. How many? 3 common जो है. One is canals, then wells and tanks. These are the 3 common means of irrigation in India. That's in our country, India. Now let's talk further. The most important use of water is in irrigation field crops. To field the crop, in India the farmer usually depend on the rain to grow crops. So the farmers are mainly or usually depend on the rainwater to grow their crops, But rainfall is in India is not certain. मीन्स कि रेनफॉल है, जो बारिश है, वो हमारी कंट्री में नहीं समटाइम एक्सपेक्ट की जा सकती, क्योंकि ड्यू टू द चेंज इन इकोसिस्टम और ड्यू टू द अदर रीजन द टाइम इज ऑल्सो गेटिंग चेंज. द मॉनसून समटाइम केम्स लेट, सो दैट इज वाई टू रिड्यूस of the independency of rainwater, the irrigation is needed. So that is why to reduce means कि हम ज्यादातर बारिश पे ना डिपेंड रहें, उसके लिए हमने क्या करना स्टार्ट कर दिया है? इरिगेशन. सो दैट इज व्हाई वी स्टार्ट यूजिंग द डिफरेंट मीन्स ऑफ इरिगेशन एज वी टॉक्ड अबाउट canals, wells, then tanks. So we use these different means of irrigation. Now let's talk about canals. Canals are the wide channel through which the water from rivers or the dam is diverted to the fields. So these are the wide channels. Wide channels हैं जिसके थ्रू जो वाटर है फ्रॉम रिवर्स और डैम, नदियों और डैम से कहाँ डिवर्ट किया जाता है? टू द फील्ड्स. फील्ड्स में वो डिवर्ट करते हैं. एंड कैनाल्स आर अ मैन मेड, दीज आर नॉट natural. This is a man-made source of irrigation. So they called sometimes artificial rivers. So हम इसको कई बार क्या कहते हैं, artificial rivers भी बोलते हैं canals को. As and I told you this is a man-made. This is a man-made channel. ठीक है. Next, about 40%, कितने, about 40% of total irrigation in India is done through canals. So around 40% of irrigation in India's is done through canals. Now next we have another source of irrigation in India is wells. Irrigation through well is suitable for small farmers or for a small farms. So जो छोटे farms होते हैं इसके लिए wells are suitable. Then Uttar Pradesh has the largest area under a well irrigation. Which state? The Uttar Pradesh. Then in further we can talk about in this, the tube well needs a motor pump to raise underground water to the surface. We also need tube the motor pumps, so that जो जमीन के नीचे का पानी है उसको ऊपर खींच लिया जाए. ठीक है जी. So we need sometimes the motor pumps. So like this the wells look. Wells ऐसे दिखते हैं. ठीक है जी. Now the next, tube wells are also a kind of a wells in which the pumps are installed. As I told you, इसमें हम क्या करते हैं, pumps install करते हैं. And these pumps run on electricity or diesel oil. और ये pumps कैसे चलते हैं बेटा, इसको हम कैसे चलाते हैं pumps को, या तो हम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मीन्स बिजली पे, या फिर हम क्या यूज करते हैं, डीजल ऑयल. डीजल ऑयल यूज करके हम इन पंप्स को यूज करते हैं जो हमने ट्यूबवेल्स के अंदर इंस्टॉल किए होते हैं. Farmers in many parts of Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Bihar, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu practice the irrigation through wells and tube wells. So यहाँ पे उन्होंने few states के बारे में हमें बताया कि इन states के लोग और farmers practice कर रहे हैं irrigation की through tube wells and wells. So in the map you can see where is Uttar Pradesh, the location of the Uttar Pradesh state also. Now let's talk about tanks. In some part of India, it is difficult to dig wells or install tube wells because of the rocky land. As you know, India has a variety of land. It's not same everywhere. Somewhere we have the mountains, somewhere we have the plateaus, or somewhere we have the plain areas. So because of that, sometimes it is really difficult to dig the well or to install the tube wells. So they use tanks. So people collect the rainwater in a small natural or a man-made pools that are called tanks. उन्हें हम क्या बोलते हैं, tanks. Sometimes वो natural भी होता है, बारिश का पानी भी उसमें collect कर सकते हैं, और sometimes it can be man-made also. So that is called tanks. Tanks are the oldest means of irrigation in India. So अगर आपको MCQs में बच्चा क्वेश्चन आता है और वन वर्ड में क्वेश्चन आता है, which is the oldest means of irrigation in India, so that is tanks. So tanks are the oldest means of irrigation in India. Irrigation through tanks is common in which states? अब ये कौन कौन सी states में common है? तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश and Karnataka. So in these states the irrigation through tanks is common. You can see these states on the map also. The arrow is already marked. So here's the Karnataka, here's the Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So these states having the common that they practice the irrigation. So now we will talk about the dams in the multi-purpose project which are in India. Walls built across the river to hold back flow of water are called dams. उन्हें क्या बोला जाता है बच्चे? The walls which are built across the river to hold back the flow of water are called dams. They are called dams. To ensure the regular supply of water to our canals, dams have been built across big rivers. So the dams are built across the big rivers so that they can give a regular supply of water to our canals. Now these dams serve us in many ways. So these dams serve us in many ways. They store water, they first of all they store the water, then they also control the floods. The dams also helps to generate electricity, providing a fishing grounds and the underway for navigation. So they also provide the fishing ground and underways. Then since the dam serves a many purpose, at the same time they're also known as multi-purpose project. So we call the dams also as a multi-purpose project because it, you know, as I told you, it fulfills the other, or it serves so many, you know, facilities to us. Then electricity generated by the dams through water is called hydroelectricity. You all know the electricity which is generated with the help of water, that is called a hydroelectricity. And you can see the picture of dam like this, the dam looks. ठीक है जी. Now further, some important multi-purpose projects of India are a Bhakra Nangal project on Satluj River. The first is Bhakra Nangal project on a Satluj River, and you know it is one of the highest dam of the world. It is one of the highest dam of the world, the Bhakra Nangal dam. And you can see this dam in the map also here, where I have underlined it again. And it is built on a river Satluj. It is built on river which? Satluj River. The lake created by this dam is called Gobind Sagar Lake. So जो लेक इस डैम से बनाई गई है उसका नाम क्या है बेटा? गोबिंद सागर लेक. It provide water to more than 14 lakh of the acres land in a Punjab. So 14 एकड़ लैंड को पंजाब में ये वाटर सप्लाई करता है, एंड इवन हरियाणा एंड राजस्थान स्टेट ऑल्सो. And it also provides electricity to which states? Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Himachal Pradesh. So Bhakra Nangal Dam or a Bhakra Nangal project which is on a Satluj River, it provides, you know, water to more than 14 lakh acre of land in Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, and also provides electricity to the states Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh and Delhi. Next we have Harikund Dam. That this is built on Mahanadi and is the longest dam in India. This is the longest dam in India, whereas the Bhakra Nangal Dam is the highest dam of the world, and it irrigates the land in Odisha and supply electricity. The Harikund Dam, which is built on Mahanadi, it irrigates the land of state Odisha and provides electricity. Then next we have Damodar Valley project. This is on a river Damodar. This is on the river Damodar only, and it irrigates the land of the state Bihar and West Bengal. ये कौन सी states की land को water supply करता है और irrigates करता है बेटा? Bihar and West Bengal. And river Damodar was early called a sorrow of Bengal. जो river Damodar है उसको पहले उसका name क्या था? Sorrow of Bengal. So next we will talk about the Tungabhadra project that's on a river Tungabhadra and has the 3 canals which help to irrigate the land in which states the Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. It helps to irrigate the land in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. And next we have the Indira Gandhi Canal that's in Rajasthan and also already provides us utility. A large wheat farm near the Suratgarh has come up with the help of water provided from this project. So this project provides the water to the large wheat farm that's in a Suratgarh. And this project is in Rajasthan. Next we have Sardar Sarovar Dam is built across the river Narmada and to provide water to the dry land of a Gujarat and a Madhya Pradesh. This was all about the multi-purpose projects of India, and few people are against these projects because according to them they are destroying the many villages and also destructing the forest area and rich farmland. So few people are against these projects as well. Now we will talk about the water pollution or a pollution of water. This is the last topic of our chapter. So as you all know, we can't even live for a day without drinking water. All human beings or all the living things can't live without a water for even a day. And all water that we use come from a different water bodies, and water is precious natural resource, and we people or we humans are tend to pollute this. How? See, these are the, first of all, let's have a look to the different water bodies. As now you can see, these are the clean water bodies, fine. Then we human beings pollute these water bodies. Now look at the water bodies which are polluted by our human activities, throwing garbage, or the river, or the, you know, in the rivers the industrial waste is going on, or throwing other things in the water bodies pollutes our water. And this polluted water, you know, killing the marine life also, and the human beings as well. And we tend to, you know, it can cause the various dangerous diseases to us. इसके कारण हमें बहुत सारी diseases भी हो रही हैं हम लोगों में, ठीक है जी. Even purifying process can't supply us with the pure drinking of water. हमारी काफी ऐसी एक्टिविटीज के कारण जो हमने अपने वाटर को पोल्यूट कर दिया है, और जो हमारे प्रोसेस हैं, यू नो, वाटर को प्यूरिफाई करने वाले, वो भी इसको प्रॉपर प्यूरिफाई नहीं कर पा रहे, क्योंकि हमने इतना ज्यादा अपने वाटर को हमारी ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज ने क्या कर दिया है, पोल्यूट कर दिया, ठीक है. Now further, deforestation or overuse of precious resources and increase in population is responsible of water scarcity. Means ज्यादा population होने के कारण और deforestation के कारण भी हम पानी की हमें कमी हो रही है. So this is all about the pollution of water, and we must use the water resources carefully so that we don't suffer in our future, or our coming generation don't suffer without water.